I need your help. I'm lost. Where am I? River? Ferry? Mountain? With castles on top? I'm not in America. Australia, Asia, New Zealand. Places I've been in the last couple videos, the last 2 weeks. No. I know where I am. But do you know where I am? If you were a pilot, you would rely upon aeronautical data. This river, let me give you a hint. It starts with the letter R. That's R for river. But that's not the name. Ooh, the river and the name of this river would be on a map. Aeronautical data, governed by previously DO-200. Yeah, DO-200, well, 200B, but now it's 200C. Aeronautical data is really important, but not so much the software that processes that data. Rather, the chain. Yeah, where does that data come from? How is it altered? What tools are used? What's the assurance level? Ooh, data processing assurance level. DPAL, DPAL. What are the DQRs? A lot of acronyms. Data quality requirements. What tools are used? Are those tools qualified? You see, that ferry going across the Rhine River, now you know, took a little different course because of the high speed of this river. That Rhine River is flowing at about 15 kilometers per hour. But that flow, while it's important to a riverboat captain, is not important to a pilot. When I was getting my pilot license, foggy day, IFR, instrument flight rules, very different. Well, folks, the height of that mountain and that old castle on that mountain are relevant to people flying at night in fog. But where did the height of that mountain come from? Who measured it? Ooh, interesting. You see, height of mountains, terrain, trajectories, flight planning, they all rely upon aeronautical data. Often that aeronautical data is updated every 4 weeks. That's loaded into new maps on the aircraft. In the old days, we brought them with us. The flight management system is installed, but that has access to the data. Well, DO-200C, 200 Charlie, is different than DO-178, 254, ARP. Yeah. Where did the data come from? Probably a government entity. In this case, Deutsch, the German government. They measured the height of that mountain, the terrain. But who plans the flight trajectories? Interesting. The river. Can we alter the flow of river? Yeah. All of that is captured by people who originate data, the data originators. Now, those people are really important. You see, are they correct? Sometimes they make mistakes. In fact, would you believe that there is no large set of aeronautical data in the world that's completely defect-free? It has defects. When we find defects, when we, the processors, we need to report it back to the originators so they can fix it, and we report it up to the users. Think of a chain, the links on a chain. The data is only as good as the weakest link on that chain. But the people who originate the data typically don't use it. They pass it along to data processors. Jeppson, now Boeing Jeppson, Honeywell, NGA, National Geospatial Agency. All of those use and report data. Now, how do they process that data? In the act of processing, they could introduce defects, couldn't they? Moving many gigabytes of data, changing format, so that it can be loaded, used, processed by others. Well, folks, those are tools, those are computers, programs. Now, if this was DO-178C or 254, that important data, we would care about the software logic of the processing. We call that internal, white box. But data processing for aeronautical data would be too expensive to look at that. And so instead, we look at the source of the data. Where did it come from? What makes it move? Think of that ferry boat going up the Rhine River right now. How did we process that? What tools were used? What are the credentials of the people who perform the data processing? Are they well trained? How do they receive? How do they package? How do they process? How do they transmit? All that needs to be documented. New people, new processes, every 4-week data updates. A lot of potential for errors. So we first decide what's the DPAL, data processing assurance level of the data. Now, DO-200C introduces a new level, DPAL 2B. There is no 2A, but 2B. B is basic in that case. 1, 2, 2B, C. Those are the data processing levels. Well, class. Now, what about the tools? Software programs, data processing equipment programs that alter, repackage, transmit data. Those tools probably need to be qualified if we don't review the output. They're generally automated. We need special rules for tool qualification. In DO-200C, Charlie, we removed the shalls, introduced a little flexibility. But not on the tool so much, okay? So there's new rules. Your aeronautical data needs to be safe. You've got different types of approvals. Are you approving the actual data for a particular application, or is it, a flight management system? Or is it general purpose data meant to be used by all, everyone? 360 view, okay? So there you have it. DO-200, 200A, B, and now DO-200C, aeronautical data. Keeping the world safe. For more information, you can download our free AFuzion white paper, training, the whole gamut. Cheers, folks. DO-200.